Okay, so I've had a couple of days, actually probably a couple of weeks of using my tracker, and I've made some modifications. So there are a few things that I've added that have been beneficial. This is actually my second go around of this because the more I thought about it overnight after making the last video, I thought we can break this out and do a better job. So initially, just as a reminder, this is done in Google Sheets using a form. So from your Google Drive, you can create a new file, which is a sheet, which is very similar to a Excel. And then once you're in that document, you can go to Tools and Create New Form. And I've already done that. So back over to my sheet. The original question that I had in here was just on the severity of the pain, and using a standard scale from 1 to 10 from mild to extreme. And this is based on a standard pain scale, which I discussed in the first video. But in further discussions with people, a couple of things that might be beneficial, and so what I've done is I've added a couple of questions down here. And this is intended to run on my smartphone via it's an Android, via your Google account, yada yada. So I added a question, and this particular question is done with checkboxes. There are other varieties. We use the linear scale for the first question, which I still truly love. I may graphicalize it a little bit better, maybe add some colors or something in there, the smiley face chart. But for the next question, actually for the next couple of questions, I've used checkboxes. So checkboxes let you select or click on each box, multiple boxes, to select a list of things or multiple things from your list. So, okay, so the first question was severity. The second question was drugs taken or actions taken. What did you do to actions taken, drugs? What did you do to make it go away, or did you do anything at all? So if you look at the options that I've put here, I've included goodies. It's a go-to favorite. Caffeine, acetaminophen, and aspirin. I've included supplement A and B. Initially, I had these combined, and I thought, well, that's silly, because you can break them out, because some people may take multiple things at once, and you can just check each of the boxes. Ibuprofen, aspirin, sleep, no action taken. So you could select multiples of these. So for example, you could do, oops, I can't select it, but you could select goodies, supplement A, B, and sleep as a mode of getting rid of a headache. Scroll down to the next question, and this is for triggers. I will put that word in here. As possible trigger. So I recorded a couple. Food, ate food, slept late, sleep hangovers, noise, loud noises, duration, booming cars, physical activity, dehydration from physical activity can lead to headaches, stress from work, stress from home, stress from spouse, children, dogs, cats, or nothing of note. So if you wake up at 5:30 in the morning and you got no reason for a headache, nothing of note would be your choice. And you can select multiples of these if you don't really know, because it's really hard to tell sometimes what could lead to a headache. So you can select multiples of these. Let's see. And then, this was my biggie that I came up with after I recorded the last supplement video, is the location of the pain. So this might come in handy for additional diagnosis. And I've included left and right. So obviously if it's on both sides, if it's bilateral, if it's on both sides of your head, you select both of them. But if it's only on one side, you select the side that it's on. And I picked, and they listed out sections of the head where I commonly experience headaches, such as the eyes, right behind the eyes, temples, neck, so the meaty part of your neck, Ears, so in and around your ears, in front of your ears, above your ears, behind your ears proper. Eyebrows, so if a headache moves from, say, your temples, well, I think the last one I had went from my eyes, behind my eyes, to my eyebrows, to just in front of my ears. So you could chart the progression of movement over time within a given day. And then the last option down there, I just put top of head. We could add one for sinuses. I guess I spell sinus. No, it's not apparent. Sinuses. There we go. 2 S's. Sinuses, if that's applicable to you. And additionally, you can add more. One of the last things I had in the last update, which I've now replaced, is that you could add a short answer for what food did you eat if you think you have a food related trigger. Now, I'm trying to keep this nice and simple for when I have a splitting headache so bad that I can't get comfortable in bed to go to sleep, or where you're on the verge of being physically ill, and you want to record this data as quickly as possible. So check boxes, click, 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 tap, 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 tap. The radio buttons in a linear fashion. Tap, 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 tap. Pick the one that is appropriate. Pick the ones that are appropriate. Pick the ones that are appropriate. Pick the ones that are appropriate. And yeah, I'm not going to feel like typing anything. If I start thinking about food, I will be physically ill at that point, so I'm not going to type anything. On a little small screen that's really bright, probably hurting my eyes and contributing to a bunch of other things. So not really, in my mind, a good application. But if yours is a different type of pain versus a headache, maybe it's a hip or a knee or your foot or shoulder, these questions are going to be completely different, and a short answer might be beneficial. My wrist hurts. I carried a bag of groceries in from the car, and it had 2 gallons of milk in it. Well, a gallon of water is 8 pounds, so that's 16 pounds on little bitty disposable garbage bags from the grocery store against your fingers. That might put some strain on your wrist, and that might cause that. So you could then use short answer to capture some of that. And now that I think about it out loud, as I'm recording this, short answer, you might be able to use the microphone on your phone to speak into it and do speech to text. So that would kind of eliminate my poor excuse of not typing, but I'm going to opt not to do that for right now anyway. So I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to get rid of sinuses because that's a completely different type of headache. And so this is my model for migraines. Location of pain, recent activities as a possible trigger, any actions or drugs taken, and then the severity of the pain. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.